Nominated for a Canadian Comedy Award for Best Male Stand-Up. Here comes a fellow funny Canuck, GERRY DEE.
Thank you, Montreal. I think I was racist in grade 1. I didn't mean to be racist. My best friend was a kid named Rami Jahari. I don't know why I did this. I'd call him over every recess. I wasn't trying to be funny or mean. Hey, Rami, come here. All right, let's try this. Did I say anything? Nothing? Nothing. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll try something else. You ever go to an Arabic person's house for lunch when you're 6? It's terrifying. Everything they say to each other, they sound angry. Especially the father. Rame! Mitayaka matanasia! My dad would like to know if you like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Took kinesiology in university, which is a big word for gym, if you're not sure what I'm talking about. And then I was a school teacher. My first job teaching, there were no jobs in phys ed, so I lied. And that backfired. They made me teach grade 12 history. Yeah, I didn't even take grade 12 history. I had to go home every night and read the chapters myself first to learn what I was going to teach every day. It was horrible. I'd assign the homework every day like this. All right, kids, tonight for homework, I'd like you to read chapters 1 to 3, okay? And then stop reading. All right? Don't go reading ahead, coming in asking questions tomorrow on stuff I haven't learned yet. Because that's what they do. Smart kids always had a question. Every day, this kid Duncan, sir, what happened to the Mayan civilization? What chapter are you on, Duncan? 15. What are you, a loser? You read the whole book already? We can't say that, so I had to lie. Teachers don't admit when we don't know the answer. We just throw everything back on the kids. Oh, is that right, Duncan? So you think I'm just going to spoon feed you the answers, do you? No, that's not how I teach, kids. So thanks to Duncan, I'd like the rest of you to go home tonight and look up what happened to whatever he's mumbling about at the back. It was horrible. I'd have Duncan come up and write the question on the board in big letters. Because I needed to see how he spelled Mayan so I could Google it later myself. It was horrible. Then you had to come in the next day and take up the homework. I still don't know what happened to the Mayan civilization. Kids have their hand up to answer. I'm like, put your hand down, Dave. You got a 30 average. I'm not gambling on your answer. Can't ask the dumb kids. I don't know if they're right or wrong. So I would take up the homework the same way every day. I'd ask the smartest kid, Lorraine, could you please tell us what happened to the Mayan civilization? Whatever she'd say, I'd take a vote. How many people agree with that answer? Lots. Good. 'cause that's what happened. Good work, kids. You're learning. It's ironic that I was a teacher. I was not a very good student. Grade 6 was my worst year. I couldn't read very well. They made you read out loud. Remember this crap? Get rid of this reading out loud in schools. Nobody was ever listening to the kid that was reading. We all did the same thing. We sat at our desk, terrified, counting people to see which paragraph we got stuck with. That's all you want to know. You got that one? Oh, that's huge. It was awful. You always had that one kid, didn't matter how bad I was, there's always that one kid in every grade 6 class that was 7 reading years behind everybody. Remember this kid? You weren't allowed to go to recess until Bruno finished reading. My life was recess as a boy in grade 6. I was the first kid to the door, lined up. I stood like this, just stood there. Just stood there, and your buddies are behind you like, go get the field. And you're thinking, no kidding, idiot. Why do you think I'm in my fast position? That's how exciting it was. We couldn't go one day because Bruno couldn't read, and then the bear licked the honey. Why did this kid always yell? Take forever. And then the BR. That doesn't sound right. And he'd say the same word over and over again, the exact same way. That's when I'd get frustrated because it's like he's not even trying. Like-a-da, like-a-da. Can't get this. The BR, like-a-da. Sometimes he'd shut his eyes like he was thinking harder. Like-a-da. No, still not like-a-da. Now you're not looking. To make matters worse, he was the only kid in the class that didn't follow the paragraph with his finger. So he'd lose his place. So he'd finally finish reading it, and then he'd read it again. But he'd read it like 2 different things happened. I had no idea what was going on. And then the BR, like-a-do the honey. And then the BR, like-a-do the honey. What? You gotta be kidding me. Unbelievable. I'm like, learn how to read, Bruno. You're 17, man. It's ridiculous. I got married last year. I loved it. The only thing I didn't like was the wedding. Like the ceremony part. It's my wife and I got, here's my advice if you're going to get married. Send out your invitations and have people send in their response with their gift before the wedding. Get the gifts first, and then give everybody their meal based on the gift you got. Oh my God. We got a plate from a couple. What are we supposed to do with one plate? Honey, hurry up and eat and wash it. I'm starving. I wish I'd known that ahead of time. I would have served them a bun. That would have been their meal. On the plate. There you go. Have a nice meal. Thanks for coming. One couple gave us $45. I am not making that up. I don't mind the amount, but how do you come up with that denomination? What are you, sitting at home before the wedding? How much should we give? $40? That's not enough. $50? What, are we made of money all of a sudden? Or did they give us $50 and on the way to the wedding go, oh, we got to get a card. Oh, get a card. Thank you, Montreal.